Hey y'all, my name's Jen. I'm a health and life coach on a mission to empower women, and this season I call the messy middle. We believe it's never too late to dream your wildest dreams and to build lives freed from the shoulds and have-tos. Here, we talk to ourselves like we do our girlfriends and our sisters and daughters. I will share stories and resources with lots of encouragement and a little bit of tough love to drive you toward action. In this podcast, we talk about everything: career, relationships, motherhood, and health. So grab your sneakers and let's go, because she's wild and freed. Welcome back to another episode of She's Wild and Freed. I am your host, Jen, and we are going to have a shorter episode this week following the extra long episode we had on the scary truth about sugar. Now, if you missed that episode from last week, I encourage you to listen. The more you know, the better armed you will be when you need to make decisions about your eating, especially around the upcoming holidays. You will be tempted by all kinds of goodies and treats, rich foods and drinks. And in my opinion, this is actually the best time of year to choose what foods are non-negotiable for you. For example, you are definitely going to eat grandma's famous pie or mom's cornbread stuffing. But there may be some foods and drinks you are going to avoid, like eggnog or those Reese's peanut butter trees. Or maybe you'll just have one. So I'm not really talking about denying yourself, but think about it. Think about some things that are non-negotiables. You know you're going to eat it. And then think about how you can match that with some healthy choices and then some things that you can just say, I'm not going to have it this year. Anyway, enough about that. Let's jump into our next adventure together. We are embarking on a new chapter, a new season of the podcast, and I am so excited. You know what's cool about podcasting? There really are no rules on how long an episode should be, when to post, how many posts you do a week, the content, or when it's time to shift gears into a new season. It gives the creator or business owner free rein to explore what works for them and to keep things interesting and valuable for you. This is super cool. So here we go. Drum roll, please. Brrr. Today, we kick off season 3 of the podcast. This season will bring different content to you, and I hope it's interesting and helpful. And dare I say, it makes you think or rethink some things about your own life, health, career, and relationships. In season 3, I am inviting guests to the podcast who may have a different perspective on health and life than I do, and some may be aligned with what I speak about or the suggestions I make here, but it's bringing in a new voice for you to hear and some new tips and offerings. And as you've heard a million times in the intro, if you listen to the intro of the podcast, I believe it's never too late to live the life of your dreams. My goal as your coach is to not feed you information on food, movement, or mindfulness. It's to also offer you perspectives on things and make you feel something deep inside of you that maybe you haven't felt in a while, or you feel something that moves you so strongly internally that you're compelled to take action in the physical world. So you're not just keeping those thoughts or ideas in your head, but you're so moved to take action. In season 2, I touched on some areas of spirituality like astrology and feminine and masculine energies. We celebrated Pride Month together, meditated in celebration of the summer solstice and the full moon, and I shared my journey through grief of my 23-year relationship and job loss. And we worked through a 6-week series together with a back-to-school theme. We have spent a year together with this podcast and 500 downloads. And thanks to you, my dear listener, we have now surpassed 700 downloads at the time of this recording. Thank you so much. This has been so fun for me. I hope you're getting value and learning some things along the way, and let's keep going. The last year has been filled with a lot of learnings, and I want to say to you, yes, you, that if you have something on your heart, and maybe it comes up once in a while, or maybe something you think about often, this is your sign to take the leap and try it. I had thought about having a podcast 6 or 7 years ago. I even put together a profile on a hosting site called Podbean, and I called the podcast Just Jen. It's wild to look back at that and think about where I was and how I thought about myself at the time. I was just Jen, nothing special. Inside, I felt like I had something to say and could even make an impact, but not enough belief in myself to move forward with my ideas and goals. Can you relate to that feeling? Maybe you think, well, I'm just a mom or just a wife. I'm just a nurse. I'm just an accountant or a manager. You fill in the blank. No more. You are not just anything. Let's erase that from our vocabulary. It's time to tap into your inner wild. She's there waiting for you to invite her up to the surface. It's time to feel freed from the pressure from either your mom or the confines of your relationship. It's time to break free from thinking you're too old, too fat, too tired, thinking it's too late. I firmly believe with all of my heart and soul that you are right on time. I also believe that you have been gifted with a dream, a talent, your intellect, your body, your abilities to live a full and vibrant life. You may already be on your way and you're eating the way your body needs, you're moving in a way that feels good, and you are focused on your mindfulness and spiritual life. If that's you, that is freaking awesome, and I celebrate you. Or you may be waiting for something, like I was 7 years ago. Waiting for some sort of permission to speak or act or live in a way that's true to you. No one can give you permission to live your life. No one can move your body, eat nutritious foods, read, pray, work, spend time with your friends and family in ways that give you life. No one except you. You are not too late. You are not incapable. You are the answer. Fear of the unknown and fear that you may fall off track, fear that you might make a mistake. This is just an emotion. And being scared is okay. Let's just recognize it for what it is. It's trying to keep us safe from certain circumstances. But fear also keeps us stuck when we need to push a little bit past that fear, just a little bit, and realize our true potential. Don't wait. Believe in yourself. Do the thing or stop the bad habit. Live wildly and have fun. Okay, this new season of the podcast has lit me up, and I am so excited to bring you content and offerings that will truly add to your life. We are starting the new season off with a bang with my first interview, and my guest will be speaking exactly to this thing: living as your true, authentic self. Are you ready? You are hereby freed from the shoulds, and you are going to take action now. Let's do this thing together. I'm in the journey with you, my wild friend. Thank you so much for spending time with me. I hope you feel free to take action toward building the life of your dreams. If something in this episode resonated with you, I would so appreciate it if you would text it to a girlfriend so she can hear the message as well. Until next time, stay wild.